صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد سيد المرسلين وقائد الغر المحجلين وسيد الوصيين وحجة رب العالمين المنتجب في الميثاق المصطفى في الضلال المطهر من كل آفة البريء من كل عيب المؤمل للنجاة المرتجى للشفاعة المفوض إليه دين الله. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى العقيل الطالبيين السيدة زينب وأبا فضل العباس ابن أمير المؤمنين ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال سيدنا ومولانا الإمام موسى بن جعفر الكاظم عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام: طوبى لشيعتنا المتمسكين بحبلنا في غيبة قائمنا الثابتين على ولايتنا والبراءة من أعدائنا أولئك منا ونحن منهم. For the Haitian appearance of Imam صاحب العصر والزمان أرواحنا وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء loud صلوات. The holy month of Rajab has many celebrations and many commemorations that we gather for celebrating the birthdays, and we commemorate the martyrdoms. Entering the month, the first day of Rajab, with the birthday of Imam Al-Qaeda alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, the birthday of Imam Al-Baqir alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, continuing to the birthday of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. You find that this month has many birthdays, and we have many of the martyrdoms in this one month, the month of Rajab. After the month of Rajab, we enter the month of Sha'ban. And month of Sha'ban is known to be the month that has no shahada, no martyrdoms. It is a month that we celebrate the birthday of Imam Sayyid al-Shuhada Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, the birthday of Imam Zain al-Abidin, birthday of Ali al-Akbar, Qasim ibn al-Hassan, Abu Fadl al-Abbas, alayhim afdalus salati wassalam, and of course the birthday of our beloved Imam, the Imam of our time, the awaited Imam, Imam al-Hujjah, alayhi afdalus salati wassalam. Then you enter the month, the holy month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is getting you ready for the holy month of Ramadan. Warms you up. So when you enter the holy month of Ramadan, you are already warmed up. Some people that fast the month of Rajab and they fast the month of Sha'ban, when they enter the month of Ramadan, that's it. They're all warmed up, and from the first days of the holy month of Ramadan, they're ready to go. Others, on the other hand, you find them, no, it needs time every day that they fast in the month of Ramadan. That energizes them and gives them another push, another boost, until the importance of these 3 months is this: to get you ready for the Layali al-Qadr, the nights of Qadr, the nights of destiny. Now, one of the very important commemoration that we do of the martyrdom of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, that we gather in this majalis, we talk about this figure. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Shia of Ahlul Bayt, we have some figures, we speak about them at any chance that we get. Others, from our Imams, we don't know that much of them. We have neglected them. For example, if you ask an individual about Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhi afdalu salati was salam, this individual can write 1 page about Imam Ali. But when it comes to Imam al-Hassan, he or she, they started to have some doubts here and there as to what was the legacies of the Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. What did the Imam do in his lifetime? What did he leave behind? And what he was known for? What are the challenges that he faced? That is a problem that we have in the Shia community. And you see that it's spread out. And then when it comes to Imam al-Hussein, Sayyid al-Shuhada, the knowledge actually goes up. And that is good. In a point, because we do commemorate the Shahada, the martyrdom of Imam al-Hussein in the month of Muharram and Safar. So we are more into knowing about Imam al-Hussein than any other Imams because of the month of Muharram and Safar. Why? Because of the revolution of the Imam. But if you come out of the saga of Karbala, you see the knowledge again decreases. It's a bit of challenging for some to say to you who Imam al-Hussein was. And going down the road to Imam al-Kadhim. When he entered to Imam al-Kadhim, what was Imam al-Kadhim's challenges? Because every Imam had challenges. Every Imam was known for something. Every Imam has a legacy that we, as a Shia, as the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalu salati was salam, can learn from. And I want your attention into this point that Imam al-Kadhim, being called Al-Kadhim, Kadhim al-Ghayz, he was known for being this person who contained his anger. Contained his anger. Like any other Imams, he faced challenges, and the challenges that the Imam al-Kadhim faced was different from the challenges that Imam al-Sadiq faced from his father or his grandfathers. The challenges that Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Ridha faced was different than the challenges that Imam al-Kadhim, his father, faced. And every one of them, you see how they behaved, how they conducted their religious duties in this era. For example, when it comes to Imam al-Sadiq, our 6th Imam, you find Imam al-Sadiq alayhi afdalu salati was salam had more freedom than Imam al-Kadhim, than Imam al-Hussein. Why? Because of that conflict between the Abbasides and the Umayyads. There was the war between Abu Muslim al-Khurasani, Mansur al-Dawaniqi, al-Saffah, and the Umayyads. The Abbasides, they were the cousins of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalu salati was salam. They were the descendants of Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. And when they started the revolution, they came out with black flags saying, Ar-Ridha min Ali Muhammad. We fight for taking justice and the right for the progeny of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So they started this revolution, and many of the Shia, just hearing the banners and the slogans, they followed. And here, there's a point that a person must make, that don't follow just the banner. Don't just listen to the slogan and you just run after it. Read through it, especially in this time, in the time of fitan. Don't just say, okay, this person is a Sayyid, then I run after him. This person is a Sheikh, I run after him. This is an Islamic center, I go to it. First, know that who is this person? Who do they represent? Are they known in the community? Are they known in the Shia circle? Then we go and follow them. Especially in the time of the Hujjah alayhi afdalu salati was salam, before the Imam comes out. In the time of his occultation. Now, if you look at the Imam al-Sadiq, he had more freedom because these two had many conflicts, the two Umayyads and the Abbasides. Imam al-Sadiq found this to be the best time for him to spread the knowledge. That's why if you recite the books of Ahadith, if you open them, you find قال الباقر قال الصادق قال الصادق قال الباقر. Because the freedom that Imam al-Baqir had and the freedom that Imam al-Sadiq had was more than others. More than other Imams. But when Imam al-Kadhim became Imam after the martyrdom of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, you find the Abbasides, they took power. They were in full control of the Muslim empire. And one after the other, they started ruling. The known khulafa in the time of Imam al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam was Al-Hadi, Muhammad al-Mahdi, and then of course Harun al-Abbasi, aka Harun al-Rashid. I refuse to call him Harun al-Rashid. He was not either a Harun, nor was he al-Rashid. He was Harun al-Abbasi. Harun al-Abbasi ruled the Islamic empire for 23 years. 23 years. And this vicious tyrant, if you look into the books of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they talk about him as if he was the pioneer. They come and they discuss with you the golden prime, the golden age, Asr al-Dhahabi, and they say in that time the scholars came out, they have more freedom, and they did such and such because of his backup. He backed them up. He gave them more freedom, he gave them financial help, and he told them, go do as whatever you desire. On top of that, he was the conqueror. He conquered every land he could get his hands on. But of course, the part that is the dark side of it, and that is his relationship with Imam al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, they don't talk about it. His hatred toward Imam al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, they don't talk about this. His animosity toward Ahl al-Bayt alayhim afdalus salati wassalam, they don't mention it. He comes in the shrine of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Harun al-Abbasi, and he calls out and he says, As-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. As-salamu alayka ya ibn Ammah. Being proud that Rasulullah is my cousin. He was proud of this. The Muslims were looking at him, oh yeah, you're related to him. Imam al-Kadhim enters the shrine of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, and he calls out, As-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. As-salamu alayka ya Jaddah. Grandfather. And who is more closer? The cousin or the grandson? Of course, the grandson. He says, As-salamu alayka ya Jaddah. Harun, here he looked at the Imam with anger and he said to him, you claim to be his grandson? He said, yes, I am his grandson. And then the Imam asked him a question. He said, if tomorrow the Prophet comes and says to you, give me your daughter for marriage. The Prophet comes to you and he proposes to your daughter for marriage. Would you give your daughter to him? He said, I will be honored, of course. Imam, in reply to him, he said, but if the Prophet asks me, I will refuse. He said, see your hatred toward the Prophet? He said, no, wait a second. Because he is the grandfather of my daughter. How can a grandfather marry his granddaughter? I'm related to the Prophet alayhi afdalus salati wassalam. So when the Abbasides came into power, and this is a bit of history, and I don't want to go into too much of history, because in this majalis, I'll be honest with you, we talk about history. We talk about the past. What happened in the era of Rasulullah? What happened in the time of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib? What happened in the time of Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein? But we don't get anything. There is nothing that we learn from them. That is the unfortunate fact that you find, that we sit down, we talk about these figures. We talk about the era they lived in. We talk about the challenges, but we don't learn anything from them. It's just stories we say on top of the manabir, on the pulpits. But what did you gain? What did you learn? Nothing. It was just history lessons, stories here and there, and that was it. Now, Imam al-Kadhim was known as what? Al-Kadhim. Meaning what? Kadhim al-Ghayz. The one who contains his anger. And here I want to talk about anger. One of the things that we can learn from our Imams is these life lessons. One of the individuals in the time of Imam, listen to this young man and young woman. This was a man in the time of the Imam who insulted the Imam. He cursed the Imam. Any chance he had, he cursed the Imam. Some of the companions of the Imam said to the Imam, do you want us to teach him a lesson? We get him in the corner and we beat him up, so next time he doesn't come and curse you. The Imam said to them, no, let me deal with him. I will deal with him. The next day the Imam was walking past the farm of this individual who hated the Imam. The Imam, when he saw him, he asked his companions, does this farm belong to him? They said, yes. The Imam then turned and he went right through the farm of this individual. As soon as he saw the Imam entering the farm, he started cursing the Imam. Oh, you son of Fulana. Because the Imam's mother, Hamida or Humayda, she was from North Africa. And the Arabs, even today, some of the Arabs are racist. They look down upon the ones who are from Africa. So he said to the Imam, you son of Fulana. He cursed the Imam. Imam didn't pay any attention to him. Until the Imam reached him and he sat down. And then he starts screaming at the Imam, how dare you come into my farm? Ruining my crops and scaring my cattle. The Imam said to him, sit down. I'm here to talk to you. He sat down and the Imam said to him, I heard that you are in a financial problem. You have financial difficulties. He said, what's it to you? It's none of your business. The Imam said, here. The Imam took out for him a money bag that contained in the money bag, 300 dinar. The Imam handed that to him. The man took that money bag. He opened it. And when he saw the 300 dinar, he said, last year that was my income. That's how much I made. How did you know? The Imam said to him, here, that's yours. We learn from this lesson. And this is one of the lessons we learn from this individual, from this infallible Imam. When it comes to anger, some of us really need to contain it. If you look at many couples' life, husband is always angry. The woman, the wife, she can't control the man. And then this individual, he makes life hell, the husband. And we don't look into what the Imam used to do, Kadhim al-Ghayz, the one who suppressed his anger. I covered this last year in one of the lectures I made on the Hawza channel about anger management. There are many ways a person can control his anger, control her anger. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi afdalu salati was salam says, Al-ghadab awwaluhu junoon wa akharuhu nadam. Ghadab, anger, first of it is insanity. But at the end of it is what? Nadam, regret. The Imam alayhi afdalu salati was salam says that if a person is angry, he will burn out everything in front of him because he has entered the status of insanity. Sometimes it might be a hadith, it might be an example, like Imam alayhi afdalu salati was salam, 23 years of Harun's life, who ruled the Muslim empire. Imam, in that time, the Harun ruled, Imam had to be either house arrest because he was under constant surveillance, or he was put into prison. 3 different prisons, 3 different dungeons. Altogether, the historians say 9 to 11 years. 9 to 11 years the Imam was taken from one dungeon into the next dungeon. From one prison cell to the second one. To the last one that he was with Sindi ibn Shahik, alayhi la'ainullah. That he didn't know, the Imam didn't know if it's day or night. So he used to ask the prison guard, is it day? Is it night? And no, the Abbasides, even though they are the cousins of Ahlul Bayt, alayhim afdalu salati was salam, the 767 years they ruled, the 67 years they ruled the Muslim empire, the damage they did and the heinous crime they committed against the Alawids, against the Shia, was even more than the Umayyads. Even more than the Umayyads. If you go to Baghdad, you find the castles that were built in the time of the Abbasides. Many of the pillars of these castles contains in them the bones of the Alawids, the Hashemites. They buried them alive. And what was their crime? The crime was what? The love of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salatu wassalam. You love Ali, you love Fatima al-Zahra, you love Al-Hassan al-Hussein, this is your sentence, death. We bury you alive. That they buried them alive into these pillars. And didn't make any difference with Harun. Harun was the same. He placed the Imam into a dungeon. Alayhi afdalus salatu wassalam. If you look into the hadith of the Imam, the hadith that are recited in the beginning of the lecture, and this is a very important hadith, and this applies to every one of us, that the Imam says, طوبى لشيعتنا. طوبى لشيعتنا. For those Shia, for those followers of us, that they follow us, المتمسكين بحبلنا في غيبة قائمنا, in a time of occultation. Now, a question for the youngsters there. There's a question from you. I ask, how long has the Imam Al-Mahdi been into occultation? The major occultation, because Imam Mahdi has two occultation. The minor, غيبة الصغرى, and we have the major one, غيبة الكبرى. How long? You can guess it if you want. No answer? 2 years? No, the major occultation, غيبة الكبرى. غيبة الكبرى. 1200 years? We said if you can guess it. Huh? Now, I ask you this question. Let's say 1180 years. Okay? Imam has been into occultation. The major and the minor. When was the Imam born? What year? 15th of Sha'ban. What year? أحسنتم حجينا سيدنا. 255, 15th of Sha'ban. Inshallah, we will celebrate the birthday of the Imam. We're getting very close to the birthday of the Imam. Know this. We Shia, we have more celebrations than any other religions. If you look at the Christians, they have one celebration per year. Let's say 2 or 3. The major one is which one? Christmas. And we even sometimes, some of the Shia celebrate this as if we don't have enough. Yes? Yes, we have A'yad. We have 3 Eids. Which Eid are they? Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, أحسنت عيد الغدير. أحسنتم. Eid al-Ghadir is the greatest Eid. Yeah? So what do we do in this A'yad? What do? We wear nice clothes. If you have brand new clothing, you ask your parents, take me to shopping, I want to buy something new. We come to the masjid if there is Salat al-Eid. We go out for picnic or something. We celebrate this A'yad. The best of this A'yad is Eid al-Ghadir. On top of that, we have celebrations of the Mawalid. The birthdays of the Imams. On top of that, we have A'yad, Eid al-Mab'ath, for example. We're getting close to Eid al-Mab'ath. Very close. Couple of days, we're in Eid al-Mab'ath. And then we entered which A'yad, which Mawalid. Of course, the month of Sha'ban, as I mentioned, has many celebrations. Now, we as a Shia, if you look at our calendar, we have celebration here, celebration here, celebration there. More than any other religions. When it comes to Christians, they have Christmas and they have what? Easter. Okay? Christmas and Easter. And we also celebrate Easter sometimes. We don't believe in it, but some of the Shia do. So we have more than any other religion celebrations and commemorations. Any other religions. Any other groups. Even the Sunnis, they don't have that much. We Shia, we have more than them. These centers, we turn on the lights more than any other religions. We come into this majalis more than any other religions. Now, I ask you this question. What's your name? The one who's wearing, is a Barcelona shirt? What's your name, Habibi? Muhammad. What's your name? Muhammad? Ali? Khalil? Jawad. So, when it comes to your name, Muhammad, Ali, Khalil, Jawad, now, when it's the name of Ahlul Bayt, the first thing you do is what? When you have this name. Your parents called you this name. They gave you this beautiful name, the name of the Prophet, the name of the Imam. For example, my name is what? Hassan. What is the one thing I should do? I learn about the person I'm named after. My name is Hassan. What was Imam Hassan known for? Patience. Now today, if you look in the society, we are angry all the time and we're not patient. We're always angry. We're always fighting. We're always screaming. We have all sorts of comforts in our life, but we always angry at everything. We always explode. If the food is not the way we want it to be cooked, we explode. If we miss something and we had our eyes to go to that event or that celebration, whatever it is, we again explode. This is learn from Ahlul Bayt how to conduct our lives, how to speak with one another, how to react to everyday things. And that's very important. Even for the ladies, if a lady, one of the girls, is called Zainab, she follows the rules and the etiquettes and the morals of Lady Zainab, salamullahi alayha. Both male and female. Those individuals, Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salati was salam, the infallible Imams. You know, in Bible, in the Old Testament, it is being narrated in the Old Testament verses that when Ibrahim asked God that make from my offsprings, that was his request, Abraham, he said to God, he prayed to God, make some of my offsprings to be what? Prophets. And in the Quran we also have this. Allah said to him what? That the best of them will be. The rest, no. In the book, Old Testament, he even says that from the offsprings of Ismail is a son of who? Ibrahim, comes 12 princes. And who are these 12? Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib to Imam al-Hujjah. So this is mentioned in the Old Testament. In Sahih al-Bukhari is a book that the other school of thoughts they believe in. In Sahih al-Bukhari, it's also been mentioned that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, 12 min al-Quraysh, 12 from the Quraysh will be the Imams on the Muslims. That's why they call us what? Ithna Ashari, the 12 verse. Because we believe in 12 Imams. Now, when he came to Imam al-Kadhim was known for what? Kadhim al-Ghayth. We learn from that. When it comes to every situation, we have anger issue, to bring it down, to cool down. If that anger is beyond our control, we seek help. There's always room for perfection. There's always room for making us much better. So the Imam went through one dungeon to the next. To do what? What was the Imam aim? In that 55 years, the Imam alayhi afdalus salati was salam that lived among the Shia, 55 years, the Imam lived among the Shia. If you look at the lifespan of the Imams, you find all of them to be under 70. Who is the eldest of the Imams? Who can tell me here? The eldest of the Imams when he was martyred? No. Ahsantum. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq at the age of 65. Then comes Sayyidina Sayyid Jawad. Who comes after Imam Ali? Imam al-Sadiq. At the age of after Imam al-Sadiq, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib at the age of 63. And then the other Imams. Imam al-Kadhim, he came into this world being the son of Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq. He faced challenges. His elder brother Ismail passed away. And many of the Shia, they thought that how it worked, that the imam goes from the father to the eldest son. But when Ismail passed away, he was older than Imam al-Kadhim, they were in disbelief that who now is going to take the imamah. So the Imam Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq said, he will take the imamah, the rule of the imamah. Even Abu Hanifa, he even asked Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam a question. The Imam pointed out to him, ask this question from my son, Imam al-Kadhim, ask from him. Why? So the Muslim can know that this person is knowledgeable, he knows the knowledge. And I conclude with this. There is much more about Imam al-Kadhim. Because of the time, we cannot go through the rest. But in conclusion, let's learn from Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salati wassalam. We live in the 21st century. We have many problems throughout the communities, not just here, everywhere. We as Shia, we have the greatest blessings. And those are the Imams, the examples of the Imams. That we can derive from this example and learn from this example, which we can change our lives. And every one of us has a problem. It might be patience, that he is not patient, he's impatient. It might be anger. This also can be a problem that he can fix and look up to the Imams that can give you direction. And Imam al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam is definitely that Imam. Imam al-Kadhim is the Imam that Ibn al-Hajar said عن الكاظم عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام وهو وارثه علما. The warith, the inheritor of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, of knowledge ومعرفة وكمالا وفضلا. سمي الكاظم لكثرة تجاوزه وحلمه. Tajawuzihi, he used to forgive one another, and we should also do the same. When we have a problem in the community, we forgive one another. And on top of that, if we see two individuals in the community fighting, we come and bring them together, not be the cause of them again fighting and again separating and again adding to the fuel. No, adding fuel to the fire. Don't do that. This is what the Imam used to do. He forgave. On top of that, he was Halim. What does that mean? He was forbearance. وكان المعروف عند أهل العراق بباب قضاء الحوائج عند الله. And he's known for أهل العراق بباب قضاء الحوائج. السلام على المعذب في قعر السجون وظلم المطامير. ذي الساق المرضوض بحلق القيود. الجسد الحنيف. القلب الوجيف. الكاظم الصابر. سيدي ومولاي إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the honor of this Imam, the Imam al-Kadhim alayhi afdalus salati wassalam, to give us more strength, to be more patient, to control our anger, to look into ways to perfect oneself and become a better servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salati والسلام. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخته العقيلة زينب وأخيه أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا مفيد يا غفور يا ودود اغننا بحلالك عن حرامك وبطاعتك عن معصيتك وبفضلك عمن سواك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الفاتحة قبلها الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.